Hello everyone, it's Miranda here again. Okay, so here we are on day 2. I'm just going to fix my computer screen. Here we are on day 2 of my little live series for you. Okay, so it's all about emotions and it's about how to, little strategies that you can use for teaching your kids about emotions and emotional intelligence. Okay, so yesterday we talked a bit about, yesterday was day 1 obviously. We talked a little bit about the pre-operational stage for kids. So I'll do a super fast recap. Pre-operational stage is between ages 2 and 7 and it's all about symbolism. So learning about images and that they mean this and that words mean this. A cup means a cup. Different things like that. Okay, it sounds really, really simple, but kids have to learn it sometime, right? And the pre-operational stage is when they learn those sorts of things. It's also about pretend play and it's about egocentrism, which is about it's about the fact that kids can't see things from anyone else's point of view. This really, really plays into emotions because child A, who's really angry at child B, quite often can't see why child B is so angry. Okay, so that's where the egocentrism comes into things, okay? Anyway, that's quickly what we talked a little bit about yesterday. The tip that I shared yesterday was my first, best, biggest tip that you can do from when they're babies is to be open about the fact that you have your own emotions. Okay, so you can talk about, I'm feeling happy today because of this. You can talk about, I know that I get grumpy when everyone talks to me at once and I don't love who I am in that moment. That's probably a little bit old for, the 2-year-olds, but you can say, I really need to learn how to function better in that way, or I really know that when you all yell at me I get overwhelmed so I can't answer everyone at once. You can sort of use those sorts of language with your kids. So that was my tip for yesterday, was to be open about your own emotions. It is definitely the biggest tip because if you're open then they are given permission to be open themselves and they start to learn what they actually mean as well. So my second tip, today's tip is to begin in small doses. Okay, so when we're talking about learning about emotion, you don't want to go in and give them some big spiel about emotion. Okay, it's just that. It's being open about your own. It's about going, a question here or there and going, how did that make you feel? Or what do you feel about this? Or when so-and-so knocked over your sandcastle, did that make you feel happy or sad? And they can go, well, that made me feel sad. Or what did you feel like when you were sad? Did your tummy feel sore? Or how did you know that you were feeling sad? What made you know that? Or what helped you to understand that's what it was? You're obviously doing it in child language. Okay, so today's tip is to begin in small doses. Everything you do with your kids needs to be built. Okay, everything that a child learns or a person learns, obviously, we're all little too, it's sort of built along like this. Okay, so the things that your child learns now about emotions are only going to be built on later, rounded out with more understanding. Okay, they're going to have little building blocks, as it were, built on top of them so that they can start to understand more and more and more little bite-sized pieces all the time that go on top of the whole rounded understanding of emotions. Okay, I've talked about this before. I think I might have talked about it in my course, in the Learning Emotions course, but I can't remember where I talked about it. Anyway, one of the examples that I used is when you talk about a ball. Okay, so if you talk about a ball, if someone said the word, ball to me, I have all these understandings about a ball, right? So if I've got a ball here, which I don't, but I'll just use my gloves as a really great example. If I've got a ball here and you said to me, this is a ball, if it actually was one, then I could go, oh yeah. And what other understandings do I bring to the fact that that's a ball? I know that balls can be used to play sport. I know that a ball's called a sphere. I know that balls can be big or small. They can be different colours. They can even the things that aren't shaped that way can be called balls, like a football or, rugby league ball or whatever. I know lots and lots of things about balls, okay? I know that ball bearings are the shape of balls and what they do, okay? I know lots about balls. At the start, in the pre-operational stage, your child is learning that is a ball. That's called a ball, okay? That's the sort of the base level of their learning in that particular area, I suppose. Okay? And then it's just like emotions, okay? They're learning happy. That's all they're understanding. Happy, smile. Or sad, sad. That's all they understand at the start. Okay? So as you keep going in these little small doses, you're going, happy means you might feel warm in your tummy or in your chest. Happy means how you feel when something nice happens. Happy means what you might feel when Grandma and Pa come to stay. Happy is how Mum feels when I listen to her. Those different things, those really, really small doses, those bite-sized pieces are what helps your child go from happy is this to happy means all these other things, okay, just like the ball. Okay, so for me, yep, the first tip was be open about your own emotions. Yes, the next one is begin in small doses, okay, and continue in small doses, just quietly, okay, as each understanding is reached, or each little tiny conversation, little tiny, little tiny question you ask, all those little things that expect your child to start to learn, expect them to think about their emotions. All those things help build that wall of emotional intelligence. This is what I'm here to talk about, and that was that was a good note to finish on, basically. So today's one, begin in small doses and continue in small doses. I probably could have put there as well. Okay, so if you're interested in my Learning Emotions program, feel free, check it out. You guys have probably seen the stuff about it now. If you haven't, ask me. But be open about your own emotions, number one. Number two, begin in small doses. Looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. Bye.